What is going on, Kingdom? So today I am back with another message. Today I am ready. I am pumped for this. I feel like it's been a little while since I've done a full since I've done like a full message, and I'm in the staying quarters. I'm in my room right now. And normally I would be like in the little studio area where I have a microphone and all like the camera and the cool stuff like that. But right now I wanted to bring it specifically just right here because I have an example that I want to use for this message today from this angle. And I think that it sounds pretty good from here anyway, so, you know, I'm going to be just saying this message. Hopefully this blesses you. Hopefully this brings some of the wisdom that God has put onto my heart. Hopefully this helps project some of it here to anybody that may be watching this message today. So let's go. So listen, human judgment is useless. Now, it took me a little bit to really understand and get this, but this is really what I want to say now. Human judgment is useless. One of the examples I want to use when speaking about this, sometimes we as people, we judge each other. Now, what I want to say is I believe as people, as humans, as, you know, the body of Christ, as, you know, as God's children, it is our job to uplift each other. It is our job, I believe, to work together, build together, uplift each other, grow together, develop in this world that we live in, and thanks to God's grace. You know what I'm saying? I believe it is our job to build and uplift each other in the things maybe that we've learned through the wisdom that God has given us, to give some of that wisdom to others. We project that God-given wisdom to others that we've had through maybe it's the word that we've read, through maybe life circumstances and situations. We can help to project that wisdom and knowledge to others. I think that that is a big part of what our job and what we should be doing as people, what we should be doing for each other in society, in God's purpose for our lives, right? Now, what I want to say, though, is it is not our job to judge each other, which is something that we as people, we do very often. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we may get into an argument with somebody and it's like, hey, you're stupid for doing this. Hey, how dare you do this? What is wrong with you? You overall, you are an idiot. You're this or that or the third. We call each other names. We speak on who we are, who others may be, who others are. We say, you know, this person is that, this person is this for doing that. This person, you know, judging others, saying that somebody is something that, of course, they're not based off of your word because they did something wrong, which is not helping the other person to actually learn what you may be trying to get them to do a little bit better. That can come from placing wisdom, actually having care behind your words. But sometimes what we do is we have our flesh behind the words that we use. And that's just generally what it is. You know what I'm saying? Listen, sometimes we get in our feelings sometimes, and so then we say things about others that we might not actually even mean in the moment, but we're judging them and we're saying, you're this, you're that, you're this, that, and the third, and it's like you're telling this to that other person when really that's not even your job to be judging them. That is God's job. And I know it ain't easy, trust me. I know it's not easy to not judge others. Sometimes we really just want to put just this label, you know, we want to say, like, how could you be so stupid? How could you be so, you know? But again, judgments, us as people judging each other is not actually doing anything positive. You know what I'm saying? It's not doing anything positive in terms of teaching somebody something. Like I said, you can sit back on the sidelines and you can judge that person. You can sit back, right? You can just sit back on the sidelines and see somebody, you know, do something that may affect you, and you'll be like, oh man, I can't believe you are da 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 da. I can't believe you know, you judging that person. You know, but what we actually can't do, try to battle with the flesh. Again, it takes time, it takes spiritual work, but we can actually work to battle with the flesh in terms of how we judge others and say, hey, listen, I'm a little bit upset about this, but listen, okay? Let's try, look, please, we should not be doing this. This is not the wise decision to make, okay? Listen, even according to the word, you can even say according to the word, you don't have to do all that, though. You could just say, hey, listen, this is not right. What you just did, it actually hurt me, and what you did is not right. Okay, it's not helping me or you in this situation. And then trying to place a little bit of wisdom as to what is actually right in that certain circumstance. Not just for what's right for you, but what's right for the overall situation. You know, and I know, again, it's not easy to do that when you really do feel upset at somebody and you really just want to judge them for what they're doing because you want the problem the problem that they just made, the thing that they just did that was wrong, you want it to be ingrained inside of their heads. So you try to forcefully place it in. You try to forcefully place it in when it's not actually doing anything, where it's actually teaching them something. It's not doing anything positive like you think that it is by judging them for who they are and what they just did. Judgment, this is why human judgment is useless, because as a person, as a human, again, you cannot actually judge anybody else. You can't, because guess what? You're just as messed up as I am. I'm just as messed up as you are. That person, this, that. We're all equally messed up. It's naturally what it is. We as humans, we were created as sinners. Or we are born as sinners. We're born as sinners. We come into this world as sinners. Originally created that way. No, as far as what I've learned. Listen, I have more to learn, but again, in the garden, I'm just saying, the apple was eaten, the fruit was eaten, and guess what? Sin was brought into our hearts. Sin was brought out. Again, temptation, bad things. Again, the enemy fights with us every single day. It's naturally just how we are born. I was born a sinner. You were born a sinner. We were all born as sinners. I have more to learn, like I said, but this is something where I'm coming as a relatable perspective. Now, let me say this, right? This is the example I'm going to use. Now, say, this is how much I'm going to try and rest on the floor right now, okay? Now, the amount of sleep that I get is the amount of wisdom that I'm going to get in my mind when a human judges me, or when you judge a human, how much knowledge that person that's being judged is going to get based off. It's like this, okay? I don't know if it's going to be blurry, but it's like if I'm sleeping on the floor, imagine, I'm sleeping on the floor, okay? I got the hat on and everything. This person's judging me. I can't get no sleep. I'm not getting no wisdom. I ain't getting no wisdom. I ain't getting nothing good out of this. I can't even sleep. I can't get the wisdom out of this. I can't get the lesson out of what you're trying to tell me. I can't get the lesson. I cannot get it. Sleep, sleep. I can't get the lesson. I can't get the lesson. You know, I cannot get the lesson. I can't get the lesson when you are judging me, or when that person is judging another person. That person can't get the lesson when you're. Now, this is what happens when God judges us, though. When God brings us judgment, one thing that we feel is the understanding. We feel that conviction from the Lord that's like, hey, this is wrong. You know, judgment, even with what he says about us. Now, does God say that we're terrible, we're horrible, we're garbage? No, he doesn't. Because that's not the judgment he's going to bring us, because because we are his children. He loves us. And with love doesn't come those types of, like, God knows who we are. When we judge each other, you don't fully know that other person like God does. You know, so I'm going to be speaking about that too. You don't know that other person that you're talking about like God does. God knows that other person. That person is beautiful. That person is incredible. That person is amazing. Whether you or that other person thinks that, God knows, hey, that person is incredible. That person is amazing. Right? Now, when God brings us judgment, when God brings us, and it's conviction from maybe reading our word, and we're like, oh, that hit. We're like, oh, that judgment that we feel from the Lord. You know, this is what happens. This is what happens, right? Look, when we as people, we feel the judgment from the Lord. When you read your word, I'm reading the word right now. You know, I feel judgment from the word. Hey, I feel God saying these things about me. I feel God saying these things about me. Not another person. I feel the Lord. I feel God saying these things about me. I feel God speaking and saying, hey, this is who you are. This is what you are. I feel these things. This is who you are based off of what you're doing right now. I feel these judgments coming from the Lord. This is who you are. This is who I've made you to be. And these judgments that, listen, this is what I'm feeling right now. Look, I got one blanket. Look, hold on. We got some verses even. We got some verses even. Those who belong to Christ Jesus have crucified the flesh with its passions and desires. Right? I'm feeling the word speaking to me. I may be acting on my flesh. I may be acting out on my flesh, and that may be convicting me a little bit, but it's giving me knowledge. Instead of one person saying, hey, how freaking dare you? You're acting, and you're terrible for doing that. You're terrible for acting in that way. You know, it's not, I'm sleeping on the floor hearing that. I'm sleeping on the floor, but I'm sleeping on the blanket, hearing the Lord say it to me. Hearing the Lord speak life into me, because he wants to see me do better. And he's going to make me do better, because he knows who I am. That other person don't. Get another blanket even. What's the next verse that I got up here? trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. You know, you're very stupid for not hearing that verse. You're dumb. You're not trusting in me. You're not trusting in God. So you're dumb. You're stupid. But when God brings us judgment, it's different. The way God judges us is different because He knows who we are. Human judgment is useless. Only God can judge us. Only God can. Only God can judge us. Ooh, I just ripped my blanket a little bit, but it doesn't matter because it's still there. Sometimes you may even feel like you ripped your relationship with the Lord sometimes, but guess what? And it's been like this, but listen, guess what? He's still there. Maybe however torn you are, the Lord is still there comforting you. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Now I'm really soaking myself up in the Word. I'm a messed up human being. I'm not going in the right direction. I'm messing up. You know, things are jacked up. But again, think about it like this. The person's telling me, you're messed up, you're jacked up. What is wrong with you? You're doing things wrong. You better fix yourself up. Sleep. I'm not able to sleep. Lying on the floor. I'm not able to sleep. Alright? But when God judges me, when God brings judgment, when God says, hey, this is what you're doing wrong, you got to get yourself together, you know, you're really acting, you're acting wrong, again, you can see, and the Lord will say certain things. He will call us certain names. He has done it in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? He has. But guess what? He does it for the purpose of wanting for us to do better. It doesn't come from the flesh. It doesn't come from the feelings that He has, it doesn't come from some negative feelings that He has, that are just out here, just because He's saying them, just because He just feels like, oh, I'm just going to say this because I feel like it. No, the Lord always has a purpose behind what's out there, behind what He says. Oh, I'm getting some good rest. Good sleep. Okay? Only God can judge us. Only God can judge you. Can't nobody else judge you. And guess what? If they try, it's not going to do nothing good. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to make a good difference. That's all I really got to say for this message today. I hope that this blessed you, you know, and again, I got more to learn. I got more progress that I'm making within myself and within my spirit. I thank you for watching. I got a new song coming soon. Thank you so much. You have an amazing and blessed day. God bless you, and thank you.
I thank the Lord when the sun comes up. I said, I thank the Lord when the sun comes down. I keep my hands together in prayer for the ones in my town. Keep my hands together in prayer for the ones in my town. Look, I can make it with His presence in the morning. I can make it with His presence.